Traditional reviews are boring, so I want to take you throughout my day so you can get a real idea of what it feels like to own the A54. How you start your morning sets the tone for the rest of the day. I personally love reading the Bible. Now, let me shower real quick and make some quick breakfast. Okay, it is currently 10:34 a.m. Made a smoothie this morning. I usually change between smoothies and coffee depending on how I'm feeling, or I'll just drink a cup of water. I don't like to do the same exact thing every morning or wake up at the same exact time. I try to, but it doesn't always work out. I like pressing the snooze button a little too much. But anyway, let's talk about the A54's design. It's pretty much identical to the S23. It's not completely identical, but I think from like a distance, like you're not gonna really be able to tell a huge difference. Especially if you just kind of glance and you're like, oh, that's 73, but like you have to be at like quite a distance. Anyway, I love the fact that we have a glass back. It's Gorilla Glass 5, I believe, in the front and the back. It feels a lot more premium than all the other A50 devices that we got in the previous years. So this honestly is probably one of the most premium mid-range phones, to be quite honest with you guys. I really love the fact that, I don't know, they gave us this really nice design. However, they're still using that plastic frame, so it is quite unfortunate. Some people are not a big fan of that. I personally don't really care because it's really hard to tell the difference, and I'm really curious to see how this is gonna hold up versus your typical metal frame. But let's go ahead and get some, of course, somebody's calling me, a client, so time to pick that up on the other phone.
Only one wearing jeans if you wore jeans out there.
Okay, cool. We're about to go pick up the new Honda Accord, and I'm gonna grab some pictures and videos with this so you guys can get an idea of how this camera performs. So I'm sure most of you guys are curious on how's the battery life on this device. So what I'm gonna do throughout this whole video is you're gonna see like a battery percent icon or something like that come up so you can get an idea of exactly how it's performing throughout the day. We're currently sitting at 96% of battery life. It's 11:02 a.m. And also I'm using this on Mint Mobile. They are not a sponsor, but I am an affiliate with them. So if you want to get super cheap, I'll have a link down in the description. So let me go ahead and put maps on here and we can head over to the pickup location for the brand new Honda Accord. I am so excited to drive it. You guys would not understand. Yeah, just stay tuned for that review. Also, one thing that I want to mention that I've noticed is that the fingerprint scanner on here is like slow, at least in comparison to somebody who's coming from the Pixel 7 Pro. I know that's a more expensive device, I get it, but still, this is noticeably slower and it's kind of annoying, but I'll get the hang of it, whatever. We're gonna put on sport mode. Let's see how it is 0 to 60, and we're testing out the wide angle camera at 4K 30 FPS. 34, we're waiting. Okay, hold up. 60, there we go. This car feels really nice though. It's not quick or anything like that, but it just feels really good. As far as cameras, 50 megapixel main, 12 megapixel ultra wide, and a 5 megapixel macro camera. You can shoot up to 4K 30 FPS and 1080p up to 60 FPS, and a 32 megapixel selfie camera which can shoot up to 4K at 30 FPS. The menu system is intuitive and straight to the point. You also have a ton of modes to play around with. If you want to see a detailed camera review, please let me know down in the comment section. So we're at my favorite Philly spot. They have the best Philly in Augusta, Georgia, in my opinion. It's over here in Grovetown. It's called Wings in Philly. You can't miss it once you search it up. So if you're ever here, please check it out. Now, let's check out the battery life on this phone. So it's currently 12:43 p.m. We're sitting at 85% of battery life. And since we already have the phone unlocked, let's talk about this display. So it's slightly smaller at 6.4 inches. Still that full HD resolution, still 120 hertz, which is nice to see here. They're saying a peak brightness of 1,000 nits, especially like on a super sunny weather if you're in a bright environment. If you are wondering how this display performs outside, it's nice. And being that it's Super AMOLED, of course, it's vibrant, it's beautiful, it's sharp, 120 hertz, scrolling through applications, going through Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever the case is, it looks really nice and fluid. We made it back from lunch probably about an hour ago. It's currently like 3:11. We are grinding out a bunch of videos for clients. I'm editing. You got Grant back there editing. By the way, I'm using the front-facing camera on the A54, 32 megapixels, 4K 30 FPS, but could also shoot 1080p at 60 FPS. So if you plan on vlogging, this is what you can expect. But every now and then I'll take a break from editing, play some games. Right now I'm playing COD Mobile. Because editing could be so creatively draining and it's just so tiring, like mentally. I'm spawn trapping like crazy. Okay, let's talk about performance now. What I love about this device is the fact that it's much better than last year's device. I mean, duh. But last year there was a lot of weird issues with the Exynos chipset, but the 1380 performs fairly well. Navigating through the UI is super smooth. Scrolling through Instagram, of course, is fast. Gaming with that Mali G68 GPU works fairly well as I'm playing COD Mobile. Now, please, if you have like some very terrible issues with the A53, I'm not experiencing any of that here, with the exception of a recent issue I had where I got out of COD Mobile, got back into it, and for some reason, it just like lagged out and had to close all of the apps. Literally the phone froze for like a few seconds. But aside from that, you can't necessarily expect flagship performance with a mid-range device. So yeah, you're gonna get what you get. Applications are gonna take a little bit slower to open than your flagship devices. But as far as the overall performance, it is noticeably better than last year's device. So let's talk about the durability. But first off, let me update you on the battery life. It is 549. Finally finished working. We're sitting at 60% of battery life. So far it's looking like it's gonna last the vast majority of the day. And by the way, this has a 5,000 milliamp battery. Samsung is claiming 2 days of use. I think that's very possible with very light use. But with heavy use, I'd say closer to a day from my experience. But back to durability. Gorilla Glass back and Gorilla Glass front. So we're not gonna do a drop test, but Samsung also claims it's IP67 rated, meaning you can technically submerge this underwater. So let's go try that out real quick. Wish me luck. It still works. Fingerprint scanner still works too. So I think we're good. And that's been the day in the life with the Galaxy A54. It's currently 10:05 p.m., just finished dinner, sitting at 39% of battery life. So realistically, this can last me another like half day. I'd say this was a typical day for me. It wasn't like a lighter or heavier. It was just like an average day for me. Received a few phone calls, was on Instagram, played a few games, watched a few videos on here. And right before I go to bed, I'm probably gonna end up watching a few more videos before I fall right asleep. So I'll say the battery life is actually considerably well on this device. So if you're somebody who's looking at this phone as a potential purchase, I really hope this video made your purchase decision a little bit easier or a lot easier. And if it did, let me know down in the comment section. If you have any feedbacks or questions, or you want to see any particular videos on this device, let me know down below. I'll be there as soon as this video responds to all of you. This has been Victor Kamango with another Everything Technology video. Thanks for watching. I'm just gonna enjoy this video now.